This is Myron. He is a host of one of the most popular red pill channels out there called Fresh&Fit, and his and many others like Brian with whatever podcast, Pearl with Pearly Things. They have been the leaders of this movement for a while after Andrew Tate has essentially canceled himself by going completely nuts with so many horrible statements that had nothing to do with the men's rights movement, with the modern dating. So this is the new generation of the leaders of this movement. And I agree with 80 to 90% of what most of them say. I think this is good for men because we are still in the very early stage of this movement where majority of the Western men don't even know what has happened to them, why they cannot find a good girl to marry, why they lose custody of their children that sometimes and have to pay a lot for these children when sometimes they're not even theirs, why they get fired from jobs based on false allegations against them. Men don't even know why this is happening. So we're in a very fragile stage, while at the same time the social media platforms, especially TikTok, that has been very aggressive, making sure that most of these voices are silenced. They demonetize them, they suspend them. Even my account, I look at it as a temporary account on TikTok. TikTok sooner or later might cancel my account like they've done with many others. So we're in a very crucial stage here. And this is why I wanted to talk about it, because very recently, Myron, Brian, Pearl, many of them have started bringing in things that have nothing to do with our cause, which is mainly politics and religion. As you can see in this clip, Myron is wearing, and everything here screams Trump, Trump, Trump in the shot. And look, I'm an independent, so whoever you voted for, I'm okay with it. I will probably disagree with half of it and agree with another half. Though I can also argue that Trump probably is better for the red pill movement. But what is happening now, and I think this is what's going to happen to Myron and a lot of these good channels, they will probably sooner or later end up getting falling out of favor with the majority of men. Because in this case, he's simply alienating half of his audience. And those men who are liberal men who really don't care for someone who's pushing Trump on them, they will just leave. And it's a shame, because our job, and especially their jobs as the leaders of this movement, is to help this man, not to alienate them based on political beliefs. This should not be a political issue. Just like with Brian at the whatever podcast brought in this, Jesus freak, essentially, Andrew, who believes that if you're not a hardcore Christian, you're essentially second-class citizen. The entire red pill and men's rights movement completely evolves around religion, which is not true. And this is alienating more and more and more men. This movement has trouble, getting through to men in the first place because, they still live in this matrix where they don't know what's happening. That's why it's called red pill. They essentially are ruining this before this takes off. It's essentially kind of like blowing an engine before the plane takes off. And this is why I decided to create my channel. Because I believe that channels like mine and many other channels that just want to help men and just want to fight for men's rights and tell them what they can do to find traditional women, which in my case means just leaving America or your Western country and moving to a more traditional country. We don't want anything to do with this. And, one of the biggest disappointments and the reason why Myron lost my respect and probably respect of many people is this tweet that he posted recently, which is just flat out anti-Semitic, fascism borderline tweet. And there are more out there. I'm just showing you this one. This is very unfortunate because even people on the right, and definitely people on the left and the center like me, will absolutely be turned off by anti-Semitism. It is not part of this movement. This movement is about helping men, fighting for men's rights. This is not a movement of hatred or promoting one of the party over the other. This has nothing to do with it. Everybody's got their own beliefs, and in this case, by exposing such extreme beliefs that are unacceptable for, I would say, majority of either side, is essentially what's going to probably ruin these once very good and effective leaders of this community. And this is why I think it is very important for more and more men, and especially women, to jump in on these platforms and try to actually carry this message without trying to mix religion or politics into it, because it has nothing to do with it. I know that I will have a hard time, unlike my other channel, making money on this. I'm not going to be monetized on any of these platforms. I'm not going to have any sponsors, wanting to give me money to promote their products because of the content. I do have my own product here to promote, which I believe is one of, if not the most important thing that you need to consume if you are considering moving out of America or in another Western country and you want to actually find a traditional wife by moving to another country. This is a very detailed step-by-step instructions on how to do that, everything to consider, how not to make mistakes. You can find it at the millionmanproject.com and do what I did, and which is a big difference here, because a lot of these guys sitting in their nice studios in Miami or Los Angeles and talk to you guys about these issues where they haven't done much about it themselves, where I have, and many other men have. I actually put my money and my actions where my mouth was. I left America. I've created a new life for myself here. I'm learning the language. I am learning the culture, which I absolutely love. I think this is one of the best places on earth for me or anybody to live in, especially if you're looking for to date traditional women. Again, I'm old enough to know that traditional women are amazing. We used to call them women, actually. So if you want to take the same journey, check it out. It's right there. You can just scroll through the table of contents, even just to see how difficult it is to actually go through this. But I always say this, and I have not thought of this phrase, but nothing worth having ever comes easy. And this move, as fun of a life and a move that I had and experiences that I've had, was very, very difficult in many different ways. So check that out. So to conclude, it is very unfortunate what's happened to Myron, Brian, and many others. My prediction is that they will hurt and damage this movement. They will definitely become irrelevant like Andrew Tate did. But I'm excited about so many new influencers and leaders in this community that are coming in that genuinely, from the bottom of their heart, want to help as many men as possible. As you know, the mission of this channel is to get 1 million men, to help 1 million men to get up and move to another country where they at least have a chance. Not everybody will, but at least they will have a chance to meet a traditional girl to marry. And if that is one of your priorities in life, my God, the opportunities that you have here with a lot of hard work are amazing. So check it out, and maybe one day I will see you right here. As a matter of fact, today is a very interesting day because one of the people who got introduced to me from another influencer in this space, I've been talking to him for a couple of weeks, as he is the real passport bro moving from America to here. His plane landed a few hours ago as he is moving to Thailand. Once he sleeps through all of his jet lag, I will meet him in person, and we'll probably even do an interview, because I would love to show you guys what a real passport bro, as much as we hate the name, is, and why we do this, and how we change our lives by taking this big but amazing risk. If you want to ditch modern women and move abroad for more traditional relationships, go to themillionmanproject.com, take my most comprehensive course, and change your life.